Welcome back to The Verse. My name is Nathan Smith, and on this episode, I interview and collaborate with another music ed major who is also a YouTuber, Dean Haynes. Dean is a phenomenal saxophonist who is very passionate about music and more. I hope you enjoy. Wherever you are watching or listening, make sure to subscribe for more. Welcome back to The Verse. My name is Nathan Smith, and today I have a very special guest, my friend Dean Haynes. How's it going, Dean?
I'm great to be able to be on the podcast. I've been
glad
seeing
you're
the
here.
other ones. I'm pumped. Let's go. Can't wait.
You know, just right off the bat, I'd love to talk about your YouTube channel. I know you're a new YouTube.
Dean Haynes, go check it out on YouTube. I'm about to get all these views, and I'm only on there because I want the money. I'm not going to lie.
Hey, I mean, you got some pretty entertaining content as well.
Yeah,
so.
that 1v1 against you where you forfeited within 2 points. Yeah, go check that out.
Yeah, you should definitely check out his channel. And at the end, we'll talk about it again, so that way you guys can remember to check out his channels. So just talking about music, tell me a little bit about your major and your background in music, how you got here.
I am a music education major. So you want my whole story, like birth to here?
Sure, let's hear it.
Okay. So born and raised Fairfield Township, Ohio, which is a nice suburb and everything. And basically, I was an athletic kid all the way up to 9th grade. So I played football. I loved playing football. Shout out to the Westchester Outlaws, best in Butler County. Let's go. I also played basketball for the school team for a few years also. So then I had like a situation in 9th grade. 8th grade, in the football season, I kept getting hit in the head and stuff. And my parents thought it was best for me not to play football anymore because I'm going to keep your brain because you need your brain. And so I made the decision, should I join the marching band or stay with the football team and the basketball team? And I decided to do marching band. And the reason why is I was like, I might as well try it. But I felt like embarrassed like to be with the marching band because I was used to being with all the cool kids in football, and all I focused on was popularity and stuff. So I joined the marching band. All that popularity stuff went out the window. I had a blast, but there were still times of me not feeling like comfortable as a marching band student. But I also ran track for 2 years, and I played with my school had like a rec basketball league, and I played with that, and that was a lot of fun. One of my teammates goes to Michigan, University of Michigan. Eric All, shout out to him, 83. He's a tight end, and he's probably going to go to the league, which is pretty cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
So talking about, you mentioned like the popularity aspect.
Mm-hmm.
I know we've talked in the past about how at some point we just realized popularity doesn't matter. Like what point did this kind of hit you where you realized like music is your passion? Why worry about all this popularity stuff?
So popularity, I didn't realize it didn't matter until, well, popularity matters, but like it depends on how you use it. So I just wanted to be the cool kid, and when I was a senior, I was a drum major, so I had all that attention that I wished I wanted, but I did not want all that attention. That was a mess. That was just a whole wreck, just like relationships and people being in your business and stuff. It just wasn't. It's not fun always being popular. But if you can use your influence to like help you with your career, then being popular is a great thing. Mm-hmm. So I think it was probably like the middle school, like wanting to be popular and stuff. Mm-hmm. But that phase wore off. But then I became popular, and then I was like, wow, I did not want this. This is not the life I wanted.
There's definitely different aspects to it because there's always like the popularity that like the stereotypical popularity that you hear of in movies and TV shows, everything like that. But in real life, it's just not that important to be the stereotypical popular person. Mm-hmm. It's cool to be liked and known by people. That matters more than being associated with the popular group.
Yeah, all I saw was like the outside of the fake popular face. I got all the Instagram followers. I literally, when I got Instagram like in 5th or 6th grade, I was checking it like every minute. I was like, yes, I got 5 likes. it's been 3 days, but here's a random picture of my bed, my new bed covers. Like, I did not know what I was doing on Instagram. But now I got like 1.3K, but I'm going to grow that because
You're a social media pro.
yeah, like I'm a master.
The guru of social media.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get my social media presence up because that's extremely important. Everybody's on social media, and I feel like I can promote my YouTube and my saxophone more and like what I want on YouTube more. Or I might actually get into TikTok.
TikTok is the new wave.
Like,
It's kind of been here for a little while.
I know, but like I was like, I'm not making no TikToks, but like I might as well try it. Like
you
why
might as
not?
well, like, cause the thing with TikTok is videos are shown to anyone. Like some videos that you post will always be on somebody's main page, their For You page. So if, let's say, I'm posting a piano video, which sometimes I do, follow me on TikTok. But you know, if I were to post a piano TikTok, it will show up on somebody's For You page, not just my followers. So that's a really good thing about TikTok is you can go from nothing, from 0 followers to who knows 10K.
It's
really
quite.
quickly.
I feel like it's quite easy to get famous on TikTok. Like you get one video to blow up, then you got to start making more videos like that. Then be like, yeah, go follow my YouTube. Now you got people going from TikTok to YouTube.
You've just built up a following at this
Exactly.
point.
But the problem is a lot of YouTubers that are TikTokers are terrible YouTubers. Like, I don't want to
Calling
watch
them
that.
out.
Hood Meals, sell out. I'm just kidding.
You know, I'd love to circle back to music a little bit, and we can kind of tie it in to the social media aspect. So how do you want to use your music in the social media world for yourself or to grow? Just how do you want to use that?
So I'm mainly a classical saxophonist, and the community is like super small and niche, and there's not enough content on about classical saxophone. And there's like this huge problem in the community. There's so many doctoral students that are graduating, and there's no jobs at all. There's 1 to 2 openings a year to be a saxophone professor as a classical saxophonist. And all the people in the community complain about it, but what are they doing to fix it? So I want to use my channel so I can fix some of these problems, and I can get together with other people and fix these problems. If there's more content, then more people are able to see that content. And I wish I had more content on saxophone, like tutorials and stuff, when I was starting up, because I'd probably be better than I am now, and it could be really beneficial for people. And it's like gatekeeping almost. Like these professors, some of them, they want people to pay like for their lessons, and they hesitate to put the content out on YouTube because they can charge $100 for a lesson and basically like rob people. No, it's not robbing, but like you shouldn't have to pay $100 for a lesson. That's basically saying saxophone's only for rich people, which I couldn't afford $100 lessons. My lessons were like $20 an hour. So I think that these more content, like tutorials on how to play a piece like Crescent Sonata or Glasnoff, that would really help the community. Because every year, these seniors going into college, they're just breaking everything, like breaking records. They're better and better. Like one of my audition pieces used to be a doctoral piece that people play when they're a doctorate. Now there's people playing even harder pieces to get in. So the community can definitely grow. Like the guitar community is huge on YouTube. Millions of views on a bunch of videos. If we had that for saxophone, there would be no job shortage. And here's a hot take I have about classical saxophone.
Let's hear it.
Classical saxophone is a pyramid scheme.
Tell me more.
So we have professors that teach people to get a doctoral degree to become professors. And then the students of that professor gets a job as a professor. It's kind of confusing. And then they train more students to be able to do their job. So all we're doing is training people to become professors and having professors training more professors. There's literally barely any other careers for classical saxophone. There is military bands, which is like not many, and limited jobs. And then there's private lesson teachers / tutors. And there's no other jobs at all for classical saxophone. and we're just training more people to do the same thing. And in other fields, there's way more positions. Like with the nursing degree, there's not nurses training more nurses. There's nurses like work. Well, I don't know if that's a good example, but like it's a pyramid. I think that's what a pyramid scheme is. Be like, hey, if you train this person, you'll get more money, and then they say, oh, train this person, you get money.
So do you think this is more monetary focused, and these educators are more monetary driven as opposed to their own passion for music and educating?
I don't think that's the case, because professors are not making much money. If they were in it for the money, then yeah, I don't even know. There's not much money in classical saxophone. The highest paid classical saxophonist is Tim McAllister, University of Michigan, $176,000 a year, and that is the most a classical saxophonist is making, like in America.
That's really interesting, because there's definitely, it seems like you said, there's not many classical saxophonists. So is something that you want to do grow the community so there are more classical saxophonists, there are more jobs, and there just is a wider acceptance of classical sax in our everyday musical lives?
Like a problem is in the orchestra, there's no saxophone in the orchestra, because just like with the creator, Adolph Sax, he kind of like got cut out. And now, for the last 200 years, still barely any orchestra pieces with saxophone. And people are still not writing saxophone in orchestra when these saxophonists can really do it. So, I don't know. It's just the culture of like Western classical music right now. Yeah, it's unfortunate. But
yeah,
I'm going to try to do my best to do my part to solve the problem instead of just complaining.
Well, that's amazing to hear. So I'd love to hear, what's your vision for yourself after you graduate? And even later on, where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Okay. So I'm not built up to that 10 years. So I'm not sure if I'm going to graduate school. My vision, I'll tell you about like my vision first. So high school, when I was coming into college, I wanted to be a professor. So that means go to school for 4 years, get the undergrad degree, master's for 2 years, then DMA, doctoral for 3 years. So that's like I can't do math. 4 plus 5, 9 years. It would take me 9 years, and then I'll be able to get a professor job. That was the goal. But then over the summer, quarantine hit, and then like my purpose, I was questioning life, like what am I doing? Do I really want to be a professor? And I still wanted to be a professor. It was just I realized I was doing music for more of the social aspect. I didn't want to sit in a room, practice 6 to 8 hours a day. I practiced for 6 hours for a whole week, burned out. Like, yeah, I did 6 hours. But now, next week, I don't even want to touch the saxophone. Like, I don't even want to do it. So then I came to college first semester, and I'm a music ed major. I just chose that because I was like, if I still want to be a professor, I'll just audition for grad school. No problem. If I want to be a teacher, I can go be a teacher. I got both of the degrees. And like for military bands, I don't really think it matters your degree, just as long as you're good enough. So first semester goes by, and like at the end, I burn out like really badly at the end because I was preparing for a competition, Van Doren Emerging Artists. I didn't even like apply for the competition at the end because I didn't feel like I could win anyway. But it was a good experience doing all the recording with piano. I learned a bunch of stuff about that. Just be extra prepared, be focused, because I had music ed, which is a bunch of work. I probably overloaded on stuff, honestly. Then I go home. It's Christmas break. I barely touch my saxophone. I'm just like, I don't really feel like playing. I still give lessons, and I enjoyed giving lessons. That was actually really rewarding, seeing students. Like one of my students was able to circular breathe after a lesson. I was like, whoa, that's something else, man. Just like in 2 years, you about to be playing everything circular breathing. So that was great for him, and it just proves to me like that the community, the younger players are getting better and better every year. But I watched Naruto, which is my favorite anime. Like, I didn't watch any anime at all. I thought it was weird before the summer, but like I watched Avatar: The Last Airbender because that was hype on Netflix. I watched that 3 days. I was like, I feel empty. Like, what am I supposed to do now? And I remembered I had Naruto, so I watched Naruto. 720 episodes, 20 minutes each. Watched it in like a whole month. And I was like, woo, that's my show right there. New favorite show. And the thing was, like, I thought anime was, like, silly and stuff, but, like, there were so many deep things and so many life lessons. And it, like, really transformed my life now. And then over the break, I read the manga. So for anime, there's, like, comic book that they write in Japan. And if it's really good, they animate it. So I read the manga in a week, and that was 700 chapters. So, yeah, I read that fast.
Oh, gosh.
But I enjoyed that a lot, and I took all the lessons I could take out of it, like never giving up on your dream. If you believe you can do something, you can put your mind to it. If you want to be the best saxophone player in the world, I believe that if I just wanted to and I worked hard enough, I can do anything I want. So that's one of the beliefs. And there's a whole other bunch of different beliefs I got from Naruto, which shaped my life. And the biggest one was about teaching. So there was like this chess game, and this teacher was asking his student, who is the king? Like, if you took society, who would be the king? And he thought, like, the king, or they call it the Hokage in Naruto, the leader of the village. He thought that was the king. But in actuality, the children are the king because they are the next generation. And it's important to nurture them and raise them up good because they are the future. And we're just like pawns helping them out or knights helping them out. So I really took that message to heart. And I was like, well, I want to change the world. I want to be a change in the world as much as possible. And I thought by being a teacher, I could raise and nurture the children, and then they could build a better society. And I think education is the most important thing for changing the world. It's the easiest, not the easiest, but it's just a theory I have. If all the children are educated and raised well, then there's not going to be these greedy problems in politics and stuff. Of course, there's the parents, which you can't control, but you can really try to shape these children for the future. And that's why I started focusing more from being a professor to being like a teacher now. Mm-hmm. So that I figured that was my purpose now in life. And I was like, I got to work towards this. I got to put my all in it. And I really rechanged my life, cut out all addictions, and I started meditating in the morning. I wake up at the same time every day, go to bed about at 10. So 6:30 a.m. I'm waking up, 15 minutes of meditation, 10 minutes of Eric Thomas, the hip-hop preacher, the best number one motivational speaker in the whole world. He is the new Martin Luther King Jr. Like, okay. he is the man. He's so motivational. I watch him every morning, and then I'm doing Spanish, which I'm not really like much right now. I don't really like Duolingo. That's the zoning. But that's basically, and I have an aggressive schedule. I write down everything I'm going to do every day, approximately. And I follow that. And mentally, I am in such a better place now. Like, I'm getting enough sleep every night, so I don't have problems about falling asleep in class like I used to for 5 hours of sleep and stuff. So overall, my life is in a much better position, and just having a purpose in your life really just clears your mind and clears your focus.
That's really interesting to hear. Those are a lot of things that, like, some that I didn't even know about you. And, like, these are really interesting things to see how watching an anime can teach you some really valuable lessons. Yeah. And going back to talking about what you want to do in 10 years, talking about how originally you were thinking on the professor route, and now on the maybe high school or middle school or whatever level of teaching. Yeah. It's really interesting to hear. So,
I guess I should answer your question better. So I don't have like a layout yet, but first I want to be a teacher first. So if I get any more degrees, it'll be for music education. I'm going to be a teacher for the next couple. I don't know. I want to be the best teacher, greatest teacher. There's this manga. This is other manga which I spent a lot of money on. Greatest teacher Onizuka, and he has all these lessons, and it's like really abstract the way he's like he suplexed German suplex the principal on the first day. But okay, get back to the point. I want to be a teacher, and after I accomplish my goal of teaching life lessons and just becoming the best music program I could possibly make in a low income district, that's my goal. Then after that, I'm gonna go more the political route, becoming an educational reformer. So I want to. There's so many faults with the education system, and I want to like research and create like the best method for fixing all of that. So I want to. So I think becoming Secretary of Education like nationwide would be like probably the best
That would be
way
phenomenal.
for changing education on a large scale. So that's my goal, and that might sound like a huge goal, like becoming president or something, but like I just got to believe in myself and I can accomplish it. So that's the second big goal. So there's being a teacher, educational reform. Then when I become an old man, I want to like write manga, create anime, and compose the music to anime. And I feel like that'd be such a satisfying life right there.
That
like,
would be super interesting to
Yeah.
kind of see the character development of
So I just
being.
gave you like my next 60 years of life. That's basically what I want to do.
I'll take it. I'll
Yeah.
take it. You know, I'd love to hear a solo saxophone piece.
I
So-
got you.
So let's hear what are you gonna be playing for us?
The Bolcom Concert Suite, Movement 1. It's quite the piece. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to it, and we'll cut to that, and we'll see you in just a bit. Well, that was just phenomenal, Dean. Like I really enjoyed hearing that. And as a typical pop music listener, I haven't heard too much of classical saxophone. So thank you so much for
No
sharing.
problem.
So talking more about music, what kind of music do you play primarily, other than maybe classical? What genres do you typically play?
Classical. I'm really about to get into jazz now, like, cause classical has like this stigma, or you can't be original. You can only make small, unique details with the music. Jazz, you can be creative. You get to literally play whatever whatever notes you want and whatever inflections, and I feel like I'm being constricted by classical. So I am going to focus more on jazz, and I hope that'll make me more happier because classical music has not been doing it really. And I listen to a lot of fusion music. Well, this music's from another anime. I'm a big anime fan. Cowboy Bebop, the soundtrack is like the best ever. And there's a lot of jazz, fusion, rocks, music, and I'm loving it. I normally never listen to rock music or anything, but I'm over here. I want to be a guitarist now. Like, boom, like sign me up. That's why I'm getting a guitar. I'm about to be playing that music, and I want to take like classical saxophone and like fuse it with some jazz, rock, and this hasn't really been done much at all. And I just want to put my own spin on the genre. So I want to be more creative, and like Stravinsky with the Rite of Spring, it causes outrage. I'm trying to cause some outrage. I don't know if it'll cause outrage, but I just want to do something fresh, and I want to enjoy it a lot too.
Interesting.
I want to be motivated to play the music I want to make.
So outside of your field of study, you mentioned this a little bit with Cowboy Bebop. What types of music are you listening to right now?
So I am listening to the Naruto soundtrack.
It's a lot of anime music.
So
man.
a lot of music in Naruto is rock music, like heavy metal stuff. So, and Cowboy Bebop is all the genres basically. There's jazz, fusion, rock. There's sad songs that make you want to cry, and there's uplifting songs and stuff. So other songs I play or listen to. Mainly anime music, honestly. Like, I enjoy it, so I might as well listen to it.
Might as well, yeah, for sure. So I want to talk a little bit about the pandemic situation. Obviously, this has been a rough time for all of us, but it's definitely looking up for the future. So when America is out of our terrible pandemic situation, when hopefully everybody's vaccinated or just the cases are near zero, Where do you see yourself? What do you see happening?
Where do I see myself? I see myself never sitting in my room ever again. Wow, I've never sat in that chair I sat in my chair so long. That was not the move. I just need to get out. I'm going to play a lot of basketball. I'm excited to get back to playing some basketball.
Me too.
I'm about to be hooping on these fools. I'm about to dunk on you.
Whatever you say.
And like I've really been working out a lot and focusing on my health because that's the most important thing in life, according to this website I read.
You've been talking about that lately.
I'm a self-learner, so a lot of times if I'm in class and I'm like I already know what they're talking about, or it's just like uninteresting, like B-A-G. Like, I watch a lot of YouTube videos about Valuetainment. That's this guy's name. And he was talking about entrepreneurship. I'm not really interested that much in selling stuff, but, like, watching his videos, I'm about to be selling me some stuff. I'm about to be selling me some bootleg anime shirts. So, I'm about to be making stuff on my 3D printer. I'm trying to make some money. Like, I might as well try to do it. My sister is a huge entrepreneur. She be selling stuff, so I might as well try to hop on that train, get some money. Because money is the key to everything.
And that'll help you kind of unlock a better way of maintaining a good health too. If you're able to afford like a gym membership or anything along those lines. Like I think I heard LeBron spends $1 million plus on his body every single year to maintain his good health.
That's how he gets his money. Like, if his body breaks down, what's going to happen?
Yeah, he's investing in himself, which is obviously such a great thing to do. And I think everybody should continue to do that. Maybe not to that level because not everyone has that type of money.
But health needs to be a priority. Mental health, physical health, it's the most important thing. When you're like fit and stuff and working out, you feel better. When you're mentally good, you feel amazing. And I think it's a huge thing. And my mom is a dietitian, and my dad also runs marathons and stuff. So they were always big on health, but I didn't really realize how important that was until like a few weeks ago, honestly. Like, my mom would always make these healthy meals. I'm like, I want a hamburger. I want a honey bun. Hit me up with the apple pie. But like now when I see that food, I'm like, I can't eat that. I want to eat healthy now. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not a like I feel like I'm a very philosophical person. Like things in Naruto are really philosophical. Like
Yeah.
the differences between what's good and what's right, bad and good. It's a deep hole to think all about it, but I feel like I feel more philosophical. Yeah, that's just to put it short.
Yeah, that's really interesting to hear. So I'd love to talk about one final thing that I like to ask all my guests. When you're gone, what do you want your legacy to be?
My legacy. Education reform, definitely. Greatest teacher, Dean. Yep, GTD. That's and a manga. I want to teach a lot of life lessons and change the world. And everybody can like there's this group called RDC World 1, Real Dreams Change the World, and their videos are so funny, but like their message is super inspirational. And they got that from Naruto and stuff and other animes. Like if you want to make a change in the world, be the change in the world, basically. That's a quote that my principal in 8th grade used to say a lot, but he got fired.
We don't have to touch it.
Yeah, that was a sticky situation right there. Let's not talk about that.
It's still a great message, though, regardless. And, I really loved hearing that from you. And just everything that we've talked about, anything from your musical experiences to Naruto and everything in between. So thanks so much for coming on the show. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Great time.
Yeah, and I hope we can do this again sometime.
Oh, yeah.
But before we collaborate on a song, would you like to shout out any social medias? I know we kind of hinted at it earlier on.
Go follow my Instagram, Dean Haynes, DEAN.HAYNES. Follow me, like all my posts, but don't be sending me weird messages. But you can send me some money, though. My Twitter is QBLEROY02, and all I talk about is Boruto manga that comes out every month. But, like, I got all the good ideas. So Facebook is Dean Haynes also. YouTube, you gotta subscribe to my YouTube. I'm trying to get that money. And it's for a great cause. And the cause is not my bank account. I'm doing it for the kids. So if I can get a bunch of money from YouTube, I can put that in my music program. And there you go. So think about the kids that can't afford anything and be like, you're over here on your iPhone watching when you could have donated some of that money. So Dean Haynes, DEANHAYNES. Follow my YouTube. And I'm going to have a TikTok soon, so look out for that.
I'll link everything in the description,
right,
just so people can find you a little easier. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. We're going to close this one off with a collaboration, Monster. We'll see you guys next time.
Yes, sir.